Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Clues, Cues and Review, CCR for short. It's been a busy weekend and I have a lot of content to put up over the next couple of days. Fairy Tail and 7 Deadly Sins have come out early, so I will look to review them and get them up today. I have a total of 7 videos I will be getting up with this channel and my cinematics channel over the next couple of days, so just bear with us. Today's Fairy Tail and 7 Deadly Sins, they have come out. Hopefully doing them today will free up Monday and Tuesday to do my other content. I still have to do The Promised Neverland. I will do a big video on that covers everything up to date. I'm looking to do Amalgam of Distortion. They've only got 9 chapters out of 13. I will be doing that, as well as The Demon's Plan. And on the other channel, Teen Wolf episode 6 and 7, as well as a boxing review over the weekend matches. Anyway, without further ado, Fairy Tail 517, Wendy Belsarion, let's get in. Now, 517 is a chapter. Leading into the chapter, it really put Erza and Wendy into a dire straight situation. Wendy and Erza were fighting against Eileen. Eileen was being very overpowering. They started to turn the tides a little bit last time round. At the end of the chapter, basically Wendy's body was taken over by Eileen, and that's where this chapter starts. Wendy proclaims herself Wendy Belsarion, as in Eileen in her body, and it was a real dire straits situation. There's quite a few surprises in this chapter which I enjoyed, but there were out to put without kind of seeming negative. Seemed a bit obvious and very convenient, I guess is probably the best way to put it. To explain the point, and I'll summarize the chapter very quickly and then I'll talk about what I liked about it. So, Wendy's nowhere to be seen, Eileen brags. Erza can't beat Eileen because she's in Wendy's body, they have many memories. Wendy goes into Eileen's body. Wendy counters Eileen in Wendy's body, and then does a switch over at the last second, leaving Erza to pretty much pick up the pieces. So you can tell it's a bit of a topsy-turvy chapter, but it seems so convenient. It looks like they're trying to wrap up the battle because it's pretty much all finisher next chapter type of thing. So it really seemed that way, a little contrived even. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. That is a summary. That's pretty much what happens in this chapter. But what I liked about it, let's see. So the first few things we're going to touch on is Wendy's body. Eileen comments that her power hasn't decreased as much as she thought it would, which basically means Wendy's potential, or the potential power or room for growth, is there to the point where she can be near enough as strong as Eileen, or close to that, by the end, or by end series, maybe even stronger. So that's important because you got to bear in mind Eileen is over 200 years old. She's got a dragon body that's made to look like a human, so there's been plenty of time for her to develop her magic over those 200 years as a dragon, 400 years I should say as a dragon, compared to a normal human in Wendy. So that's quite a big feat and a good thing to bear in mind. Now, the whole thing with Erza not being able to hurt Wendy's body because of the memories, I get that from a memories, a heart tugging, and they are quite close to have that relationship. So that was cool in that sense that you got that emotional element in there. I just think it could have been better. That's not to say it was bad by all any means. It seemed lacking. I think it kind of could have got dragged out. They could have touched more on it, but it kind of got dealt with very quickly, and that's probably my gripe with the whole thing. So there was like a process or a point of the chapter where Wendy Eileen's in her body, attacks Erza, but the damage is nullified because Wendy now is in Eileen's body. Now, that is okay because they're both enchanters, and I get that. But the key thing for me, from a positive standpoint, is the fact that Wendy could do that. The key phrase, the key sentence, is inconceivable for somebody like Wendy to have full body persona control over Eileen's body, having just lost her own. So I like the idea that it shows the potential again of Wendy, and it gives her time to shine, albeit it is for a chapter, but ultimately it shows that there is that potential there for growth, which I love. Potential growth, something to look forward to. End series kind of talk here. I'm looking forward to her to fulfill that potential. Now, then enchantment separation. Wendy is able to use that specific technique or that ability which Eileen is meant to be a specialist in. That is important, not because she could do it and, you know, she's an enchanter, should be able to do it, but because it may be a key plot point later on down the line should we need to save Natsu's life from the ND situation, or if Makarov needs to be brought back. You know, there's certain things and certain elements there that it is gearing towards that. There are so many plot points they could use a plot device as a plot device for future plot points down the line. The key thing at the end of all of this is there's a separation. Eileen's put back into her body, much to, you know, against her own will, which is a good thing because now we can basically deal with her. The key message also in this was that Eileen's body is stronger than Wendy's body, so there was an advantage of Wendy being, you know, her body being used, but disadvantage with it being a friend's body. Now, with that being said, being back in her body, she still has all control of her old abilities and her old body. How is this going to be any different than normal? So bearing in mind they were struggling to deal with it before, they started turning the tides, but they weren't really in that big of an advantage where they could, yeah, we're going to win now because, you know, we've got you on the ropes. It wasn't that far in to the end of the battle. So it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen. I'm hoping it isn't going to be a Nakama power-up or because she's Erza thing. I'm hoping it's something a lot more specific, a lot more realistic, a lot more something that you can put your beliefs into, think, yeah, this happened because Erza had some type of ability or some type of magic that makes more sense than, or because she's Erza. In any case, that is pretty much the chapter. With 518 being Master Enchantment, there's going to be more spells from Eileen, and I'm hoping this is something Wendy can pick up, or maybe Wendy can show that she is masterclass. She has proven herself today, she was impressive, and I'm hoping this continues moving forward in further chapters and further arcs. That is pretty much my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I really want to get to 100 subscribers very soon, on the path to my first proper goal of 1,000, so I can rename my URL on YouTube. Anyway, that is my review. Hope you enjoy it. I'll see you next time. Peace.